Hello, hello, Hidden Hermit here. Let's have a look at the Ace of Swords from the Waite Tarot. Another very archetypal image, and we're dealing with the element of air here. So the element of air is traditionally, I say traditionally in a very loose way, but it's mostly associated with matters of the mind. So logic, reason, intelligence, communication, and whatnot. But there are some other aspects to the suit of swords. You can't escape the fact that the suit of swords do depict swords, so you do get an ideal of force being applied to whatever the situation is. And whenever a sword card comes up, you kind of think of things like combat and conquest, that idea of force again. So, and it could be either well dignified, so force in a good sense, whether it be applied to an emotional ideal like love, for example. And I appreciate that the suit of cups is the emotional suit, if you like, but when the swords come up, you're thinking about an application of force, whether good or bad. And indeed, it could be bad as well. Now, the suit of swords does have the reputation for being quite harsh, which is, you know, it's an unfounded. Sorry, no, it is a founded assumption. That's you could possibly associate that. But then again, you know, all the cards have their positive messages as well. So let's have a closer look at the Ace of Swords from the Waite Smith. And the thing that I find most fascinating, in fact, let me backtrack. So just like all the aces in the Waite Smith, you have this hand coming out of the sky, wafting out of one of Pamela Colman Smith's rather fancy clouds. I do love them. There's something about her clouds that that kind of rolling sense. I love it. I think it's great. And much like the suit of wands, this hand here is grasping the object, if you like, as opposed to the pentacles and the cups, where the hand is outstretched as if it's receiving something, whereas with the swords and the wands, it's more graspy. You know, and you can't escape the fact that it looks like a fist as well. So again, applying that idea of some sort of pressure going on. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. Now, the interesting thing about the Ace of Swords and the Waite Smith, and indeed it apes the image in the Marseille Tarot just here, is you have these two laurels, if you like, coming off the crown, and the crown's right at the top of the sword there to suggest some sort of well, I was about to say royalty, but I would suggest leadership is a more appropriate adjective to describe why the crown's all the way at the top. But you have these two laurels, and they're clearly very different. One bears fruit, there's berries on it, and one is well, less so. And I've read and I understand and I agree that one side is to signify things of a military nature. Again, that idea of force. How many times have I said force in this video? I don't know. And the other side associated with the mind. So bearing the fruits of your mind, if you like. Yeah, like I say, it's an archetypal image. There are other things going on. The six little leaves that are they falling? Is it? They look a bit lemony, if you ask me. And again, the emanations from the aces and the Waite Smith. I'm sure they have some sort of reason for being there. But it escapes me at the moment. I really should do my homework, shouldn't I? I do like the little white lines coming off the hand here, as if to say, look, it's a hand. But yeah, so that's the Eight of Swords from the Waite Smith. Very archetypal image, been copied many, many times. But it heralds the Suit of Swords. The Suit of Swords is coming up, says the Ace. And when the Ace comes up, it tells you about new things, new ventures concerning the mind or conquest. It could be something quite creative as well, although I'd like to suggest maybe a little less creative than the wands or the cups perhaps, but new ideas, new focus, truth and clarity. If the ace comes out reversed, then not necessarily the opposite of such, but maybe these new ideas need a little more thought, They need to be developed in a little more of a dignified and structured way. It could mean you're falling short of your ideas. Perhaps you need to be taking more of a stand. Indeed, leadership is one of the things that I associate with the upright sword. And you can't escape the fact that this sword is now being driven down when it's reversed. So, being stuck into the ground, or dare I say it, somebody else. So yeah, that, I think, out of all the aces, seeing it upright and reversed, the direction the sword is going in, I think, is incredibly profound indeed. So that's all I'm going to say about the Ace of Swords from the Waite Smith. Very powerful image, very powerful suit. But if you haven't seen any of the sword videos, please go and check them out. Why not, eh? What you got to lose? Nothing. Okay, Ace of Swords, Waite Smith, thank you very much.